All right, today we're going to crack one of the trickiest little codes in the English language, articles. You know, those tiny words, a, an, and the. They can be super confusing, but trust me, by the end of this, you are going to have it all figured out. So let's just dive right in. Okay, right off the bat, let's tackle the one puzzle that trips up so many people. University starts with a U, that's a vowel, right? But we say a university. And hour starts with an H, a consonant, but we say an hour. So what is the deal here? Stick with me, because the answer is actually way simpler than you think. We are going to solve this thing piece by piece. First, we'll meet the two teams. Then we'll get to know the individual players. And finally, we'll figure out when to just leave them on the bench entirely. To get started, you just need to know this one thing. All English articles belong to one of two teams. You've got the indefinite articles, that's a and an then you have the definite article, the. One team is for general stuff, the other is for specific stuff. That right there, that's our first big clue. So let's start with team indefinite. Meet our generalists, a and an. Their whole job is to talk about one thing, but in a totally non-specific, general kind of way. So yeah, the official job description for and an is to introduce a singular noun that isn't any one specific thing. Like if I say, I need a pen, I don't mean that specific pen on your desk. Nope, any old pen will do. It's general. It's indefinite. See? Okay, everybody, listen up. This is it. This is the secret to solving that whole university and hour puzzle. It is the golden rule for choosing between a and an. Just forget how a word is spelled. Seriously, forget it. All that matters is how it sounds. So here's that rule in action. We use a before a consonant sound, and we use an before a vowel sound. Sound, not letter. Let's see exactly how this works with our tricky examples. Okay, check this out. Book starts with a b sound. That's a consonant sound. So, a book. Easy. Apple starts with a sound, a vowel sound. So, an apple. Now for the tricky ones. The word university. Listen to it. It sounds like it starts with a Y sound, university. And ya is a consonant sound, which is exactly why it's a university. An hour? Well, the H is totally silent. The word starts with an ow sound, a vowel sound. And that's why it's an hour. See? It really is all about the sound. All right, we've totally mastered the generalists, so now it's time to meet the other team, which has just one very powerful player, the. If a and an are general, well, the is the exact opposite. The is our definite article. Its job is to point to a specific, particular person, place, or thing that, and this is key, both the person speaking and the person listening know about. So if I say, can you pass me the pen? I mean that very specific pen that we can both see. It's definite. It's specific. So when do we use this specific pointer? Well, there are a few key situations. We use it for things that are literally one of a kind, like the sun or the moon. We also use it for things we've already talked about, and for two other special cases, superlatives and ordinal numbers. Let's take a quick look at those. This little story is the perfect example of that already mentioned rule. So in the first sentence, it's just a car. Could be any car in the world. But once I've introduced that car to you, it's now a specific car in our shared story. So the second time I mention it, it becomes the car. Simple and totally logical when you see it like that. And here are the other two T rules. The is always used with superlatives, words like best, worst, tallest, because there can only be one best, right? It's specific. So it's always the best. Same thing goes for ordinal numbers, like first, second, and third. They specify a particular position in a list, so it's always the first time or the second place. Okay, so we have the general team, and an, and the specific player, the. But what about the third option? Because sometimes the correct choice is to use no article at all. This is what we call going bare. Exactly. When do we use literally nothing? Believe it or not, there's a name for this. Linguists call it the zero article, and they sometimes use this symbol for it. And it's not about being lazy. It's a very specific rule for when no article is needed. So when do we get to use the zero article? Well, you use it when you're talking about plural nouns in a general way, or for uncountable things like water or information or a device. And for most proper nouns, like names of people or most countries, we also use nothing. Take this example right here. Books are useful. Think about it. I'm not talking about the specific books on my shelf, and I'm not talking about a single book in my hand. I'm talking about the whole concept of books in general. And because it's a general statement about a plural noun, we use nothing, the zero article. Okay, wow, we have covered a lot of ground in a pretty short amount of time. So let's just pull it all together into one simple, clear summary. And here it is, your ultimate cheat sheet. On the left, you've got the article. In the middle, its main job. And on the right, a super clear example. So you have a or an for general singular things. And remember, it's all based on sound. You have the for the specific things that we both know about. And you have the zero article for general plural things or uncountable stuff. This table is your key. And just like that, you've done it. I mean, from that initial puzzle of a university all the way to the power of the zero article, you now have the foundational rules. You have officially cracked the code of English articles.
So now that you're an expert on articles, it kind of makes you think, doesn't it? English is just full of these little rules and exceptions. So which one still gets you? What's that one little grammar point you'd love to see broken down next? Let us know.